All right. All right. Little behind, but hair is done. Yes. Olga's a genius. Love her. She gets my hair on point. So, needed that. And everybody kept reminding me that I needed that. So, appreciate it. What are we doing today? Okay, first, I want to let everybody know, as far as refinancing goes, I keep getting a lot of messages about that. Yes, I do have an option on my link. So if you're looking to refinance, you can actually apply through that as long as you have a 580 or higher credit score and more than 6 months still left on your current loan. You can apply there and see if you can get a lower rate through them. That is in the link in my bio. So you guys can check that out, as well as if you need me to negotiate your deal, the link is in there. Prices will be going up April 1st. So if you want to take advantage of current pricing, sign up before March 31st. And you can get this month's pricing, even if you don't need me until April or May, you can take advantage of the pricing now. So just so you guys know that, we just want to make sure that everybody is aware that prices are going up, but you can take advantage of the pricing now. You don't have to use me in March. So I know people worry that, my stuff has a time limit on it. It does not. So yeah, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you share this live. We are talking cars. Damn, she did a good job on my hair. Good Lord. I love her. I love Olga. She's great. So if anybody is in the Indianapolis area and you are looking for a very good stylist, go see my girl Olga. She works at 2 different salons. They're sister stores on the south side. It is Lavish. It's Bella V and Lavish Hair Lounge on the south side. Her name is Olga. Yes. See? You guys were talking shit about my gray the other day. Look what she did. What's the best bank for a perfect score? So, it depends on where you're at in the country. Hi there, Eternal. Probably best bank right now. Manufacturers are doing 0%, 1.9. Sometimes it's best to go through the manufacturer for best rates. But really good rates. If you can take advantage of Navy Fed has some really great rates. And then I would look at Chase and Bank of America. Can you please guide me? Where am I guiding you to? What's your goal? And then we'll talk. Best down payment for a 45K car with a 680 credit score. I would do sales tax. Do the sales tax, and if it's 45,000, do the sales tax and the fees. Just do the sales tax and the fees. Yeah. I have a car loan. It's with Capital One. Okay. I'm looking to buy a 25 S650 Maybach. But I have a 170. That's not even possible. Are you in the U.S.? Due to job loss, I was not able to make payments, so they repoed my car. Ooh. Okay. How soon has it been since the repo? And is it your only one? Oh, you just got it back? Okay. So has Capital One flipped it? Have they put it back in as a loan with just late pay? Because as long as you start paying again regular, you should be fine if you have reestablished the loan. Your score is going to be down for a minute, but it's not. Let's see. I watch her live like a podcast at work. Thanks, Anthony. Good, because that's what I'm about to do is a podcast. So I am discussing some podcasts and some different formats. So this has been very enlightening for me. A lot of people have been saying do a podcast. So I am going that direction. Do I have to pay for cars? Why can't I just steal it for free and pay nothing? I mean, you can, but you know what? You can't take it to prison with you when you go there. So I also watch this instead of work. We'll do some work too. At least look a teeny tiny bit productive. That way nobody comes over and is like, what are you doing? It's called a negotiable interest instrument. What could I do? I mean, if you have reestablished the loan and you're looking to trade it in, possibly to get something with a lower payment or something like that, then just do, free car equals free rent. Then just look at trading it in. AmeriCredit will probably do the loan if you have gotten another job. They asked me to wait. Well, of course they asked you to wait. They want some more interest out of you. But the fact of the matter is they can't tell you what to do. If you have the opportunity to trade it in, then you can. What about Audi Q7 Premium Plus, 9K miles driven at 56K? It's not bad, but it's not great either. There'd still be, you'd still have some room to negotiate on that one. 2025 GMC Sierra or Dodge Ram? Ooh, Sierra if you're going 1500, Ram if you're going Cummins diesel. Do you work at a dealership? I used to, 30 years in the business. My brother had an accident last year and I left the dealership world and now I just negotiate car deals. That way it frees me up time so I can help him. He's got some recovery to do. Do you really need to do a down payment in order to buy a car? Absolutely not, Great Day. New Mazda CX-5 top trim or certified Lexus RX 350 at 37 miles around the same price. Do the Mazda CX-5 top trim. Lease it. And then make sure you like it. Yup, that's what I would say. What do we got? Make sure you hit that like button. You're a good sister I'm on my 31st year in the biz. Yeah, I started in 94, so you're right there with me. Yeah, I mean, and being in this business, like it's good money, but I actually realized too that when I traveled for JM&A and trained all over the country, that there were so many people in the car business, good people who just didn't know how to do it. So, I also do sales training as well. And yeah, it's just crazy. What do you say about the Audi Q2 and Skoda Jamie or Karat? I don't like the Q2. I don't. You're here, Michael. Yay. So you can start pinning shit for me. Sebastian's here too. So he can handle people who want to be funky today. And then you can just pin some questions for me. Hi, I am in a market for a 25 RAV4 XLE hybrid. Please let us know the out the door price. Problem with that is out the door price is going to include taxes, fees. I don't know what the dealership fees are. I don't know what sales tax you are in. So that's kind of, a loaded question. What do you think of the 24 GMC Terrain Denali? I think GMC Terrain is one of those where you're probably better off getting like a base model or the mid trim. Terrain and Denali just kind of, yeah. Oh shit, you can pin. Yeah, Michael knows how to do it. So yeah, we're tag teaming here. Looking to buy Mercedes GLA 250 used. Any negatives? Yeah, it's a Mercedes and it's used. I always say this, Heather, if you're going for Highline, do it new and lease it. That way it's always under manufacturer's warranty. I'll be completely honest, I'm not real familiar with those trims. As far as the Kodak, and I just wouldn't know which direction to go on those. Honestly, I'm completely honest. I would not just pick one because I don't know what the difference is between them. So I wouldn't know which one. Plus it also depends on what exactly are you really, really wanting out of it. Do you know if Honda Accord will have a new look in 2026? I don't know. Let me look, because I know the Pilot does. Honda. Let's see. No redesign. Nope, still 11th gen. So yeah, no redesign on that. Does leasing give a better payment? Where's that question? Does leasing give a better payment on a 25 Camry versus buying? Depends on what rate you get. It could. Only because the residual is higher. Hubby got the 25 Ram Warlock 1500 four-wheel drive and leased for $596 a month for 3 years. Damn, okay. Well, I'm trying to see the rest of it. Is that a good deal? Yeah, it is. It is. Absolutely. Good job. Good job to your husband. Looking to buy a Honda Palisade 2025. That's good. That's a good one to look at. Absolutely. Let's see what else we got. 20% or 10% down on a used car. Honestly, 20% is still going to have you at the point where you are still, you will need gap because your loan to value is higher. So I would just go 10% because you're still going to need gap regardless. And then take the other 10% that you were going to put down and put it in like a CD or a money market account. Make money with your money. Really want a Kia K5? Yeah, those are nice. I like the K5s. Was somebody asking about Honda and Nissan? Yeah. Looking to buy a Ford Mustang crossover. Thoughts? The Mach-E? No. I don't think it's a good idea. That's just me though. I don't like the EVs. I don't like the electric vehicles. Ford Maverick, thoughts? Honestly, go with a Ranger. Absolutely notorious. I want to put down $500 on a lease for a Honda CR-V. What kind of FICO score is needed in New Jersey? 680. Anything 680 or higher is good. If you've got a couple of trade lines. Chevy Colorado, ZR2 Bison, thoughts, leasing or finance, lease it. But the Colorado's good. I'd say Colorado over Canyon, but I'd still go Ranger over both. So But yeah, the Colorado's got some good lease deals. Lease up 21 Jeep, 29,000 miles, thinking of buying it out, keeping it until 40,000 miles. That wouldn't be bad. Just make sure that if you keep a Jeep, don't keep it past the manufacturer's warranty. Just make sure that you are in an equity position when you buy it out. If the buyout is more than what the car's worth, just turn it back in. Don't do it. Looking at a 25G Chevy or Ram HD. How far do you think I can negotiate down? Any of those, like I can get down from anywhere from 1,000 down to below MSRP, down to invoice. Depends on where you are in the country and how many cars they have on their lot. Do you buy cars for flippers? No. I know a guy on here that does. It's actually pretty cool watching him. I'll give him that. Like, yeah, he's interesting. But no, I don't flip. Let's see, 2020 Acura RDX, good. Yeah, the RDX and the MDX in the Acura line are good ones. Absolutely epping, Dad. What else we got? Thoughts on the Hyundai Santa Cruz? I'm not a huge fan of the Santa Cruz. I think it's just, I think it's an El Camino sitting higher up. Like, I don't know what they were thinking with the Santa Cruz. Like, there are so many of those weird looking trucks that they're trying to come out. 22 Jetta, bad decision, so many mixed reviews. Yeah, I wouldn't go with a Jetta. Especially a 22. They were sitting on the lot for a while because of the chip shortage. 23 Civic, yeah, those are good. Equinox, between the Equinox and the Bronco Sport, I would say neither, but if I had to pick between the two, go Bronco Sport. Lease it though, brand new. Looking for a mid-size or larger hybrid, which do you think? Thinking Forester or Hyundai? Go Hyundai. I know everybody's gonna go, oh my God, I can't believe you gotta say Subaru. I don't drink the Subaru Kool-Aid. So thoughts on the Yukon? I like the Yukon. What's the most mileage for a high mileage lease before it does no longer make sense? Honestly, if you go high mileage lease, don't go over 15,000 miles a year. After that, the residual goes down so much it doesn't make any sense. You might as well just buy it. Can you explain when a lease is a better idea? Yeah, absolutely. The biggest thing I say with a lease is, one, for personal reasons, make sure it's under 12,000 miles a year. You like to trade in your cars every couple of years. And be honest with yourself historically. Look at your car purchase. If it's every 3 to 4 years, leasing is a better option for you. And it's always under manufacturer's warranty, so you don't have to pay for any repairs. Now, going up to 15,000 miles a year, I would say that is okay to do if you are a business and you are using it for write-offs. Then lease at 15,000 miles a year. Thanks, I drive 20 to 30. Yeah, you just buy. Leasing is not a good option unless it's a business decision. What do you think of the Tucson? I like the Tucson. I do. Again, though, with all of the used, with all new cars, I always say lease. If you are putting, what does that say? If you're putting 10% down and 10% in savings, you don't need gap. Cover yourself. I mean, it's true, but you'd still end up using that money for a depreciating asset that makes no sense. Just buy gap, and then you don't have to use your own money if you get into a total loss situation and your insurance doesn't cover what's left on the car. Why would you put money into something you're never going to get a return back on? Just buy gap, $700. Boom, you're done. How about the Mazda CX-70? I like Mazda. Don't sleep on Mazda. You guys go check out Mazda. Absolutely. Love Mazda. And another quick question, Honda HR-V or Toyota Signia? HR-V. Toyota Highlander or Grand Highlander? Just go Highlander. What is GAP? GAP is Guaranteed Asset Protection. So basically, if you're purchasing a vehicle, as soon as you drive it off the lot, there's depreciation, other things involved, especially if you don't put any money down. And if you get into a total loss situation, your insurance is only going to cover what fair market value is on the car. Gap is going to pay whatever is left on your loan. Yeah. So Gap is always good. Gap is a good thing. Hello, I have a lease on a Toyota RAV4, but the payment is high. Can I sell it? Yeah, if you have equity in it, absolutely. Absolutely. Toyota's a little funny about it, but I've traded in Toyota leases. I just do it. I mean, what are they going to say? Go get it back? No. They begrudgingly take the payoff from the dealership that you sold it to. K5, yes, I like the K5. Absolutely. So anybody who needs my help negotiating, just make sure that you go to the link in my bio. You can sign up there. I'll negotiate your deal for you. As well as I have one-on-one consultations. Toyota Sienna all-wheel drive 2025, are they worth the hype? No. No. Toyota Sienna is the best minivan, I will say that, but it's still a fucking minivan. Like, no. Especially all-wheel drive. Like, what are you planning on doing in that minivan? Because a front-wheel drive minivan, how many minivans did you see just locked up on the side of the road because they couldn't get out of the snow? No, they don't. I mean, they sit so low to the ground, it doesn't matter. Hi, what are your thoughts about buying used LE500 new IS? Go new. Between those, just go new and lease it. But yeah, so again, go to the link in my bio. You can sign up for my negotiating service as well as a one-on-one consultation if you need some questions answered. If buying used, do you recommend staying away from past leased cars? Not necessarily, Anthony. I think the biggest thing with leased cars is make sure that you got a lease and they actually took their leased vehicle to the dealership and there are service records that are associated with it. What are your thoughts on Jeep Wrangler? I think if you want a Jeep Wrangler, go like 96 to 98. Mid 2000s and on, they're just garbage. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Jeep. Where's your bio? It's on my page. Just go to my page. How much can I get off a K5? Depends on where you're at in the country, but usually I can get it to invoice. How much are you getting off 24 Expeditions? I actually just did one. Like I got, it was a good one. I will say this on the Expeditions, 2024s, a lot of them are loaners. So they've got about anywhere from 1,100 miles to 3,000 miles, but they've already done what they call punching the car, meaning that they've already taken the incentives from the manufacturer for the vehicle. So you get thousands off. If you were buying a car now, what would you purchase? I'm up in the air because I keep looking, and I wouldn't purchase one, I would lease. And I'm looking at the Defender. But I like Land Rover. But I only lease. So, yeah. Should I buy, what is that? Oop. Should I buy a $35,000 car, first time buyer at 18 with no credit and 10K down? I make $800 a week. No. Go a little bit cheaper. First time buyer at 18, you make $800 a week. Like you're not doing yourselves any favors. And I wouldn't put all that money down on it anyway, because they're going to try to get one over on you. They will. They will. They will take that, and then all of a sudden you got service contract, gap, tire and wheel, maintenance, all this other shit you didn't ask for, and that $10,000 down didn't go towards your loan at all. So, yeah, just look for something cheaper, maybe go, $15,000 to $20,000. Don't tell them you have any money down until you go to sign paperwork, and then tell them, hey, I got 10 grand down. I don't want any of your add-ons. Move along. Certified pre-owned. I mean, it's a good selling point, but it's a 160 point inspection that they may or may not have done. All they did was sign off on it. What was that used Ford F-150? Sorry. How much percent to put down on a vehicle? I wouldn't put a percentage down. I really wouldn't. I always say, just do the fees and sales tax, and then finance the vehicle and get gap. That's it. Because you got to pay sales tax, you got to pay the fees because that goes to the BMV. So yeah, use Ford F-150, best engine and model year. I would go. Am I hiring? I am talking to some people. Yeah, I'm getting super busy. So if you would like to discuss some options, Seth, just send me a message. So sorry, F-150. I would say, Sebastian, what do you think? I say 5.7. I think, yeah. I would go, honestly, like 2015 to 2019. He left, I think. 5.0, yeah. 5.7 is Ram, 5.0. 5.0, I would go like 20, I don't know, because, I mean, I think one of the best F-150s I ever got. What year was that? 2012. 2012. I'll do a 15 5.0. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. 15 to 19. But yeah, one of the best F-150s I had was a 2012. Damn, 700 miles a week. Best hybrid options. Go with a Kia Niro or a Hyundai Kona. They have the best. Afternoon, car people and Kathy. Hey, Dave. You really think Camry, Michael? I don't know. Would you recommend the Buick Envista as a good errands running car? Yeah, I mean, if that's all you were doing with it. I wouldn't pay that much for an errand running car, though. You're welcome, Ryan. What's a good price for a 22 540i M Sport? I wouldn't buy a used one. I really wouldn't. Thoughts on a Genesis GV70? I like them. Go new, lease it. Tech in it is outrageous. Like, there's so much tech in the Genesis that I would be worried once they break. Thoughts on Lexus? It's an expensive Toyota. I mean, you can get the same thing in the Toyota line and you won't pay as much for it. New Subarus, yes or no? If you really want a Subaru, yeah, they're fine. They're going to last you a long time. I don't drink the Subaru Kool-Aid. Just like I don't drink the Kool-Aid for Toyota either. But they do make some good stuff. Yeah, look, Toyota Corolla versus Subaru Impreza for a teen driver. Want new or demo? Go Corolla. Go Corolla. It's safe. It's reliable. Yeah, you'll be fine in that. Thoughts on Seltos 24? Yeah, absolutely. Go for it. Seltos is good. Buying a 25 Mazda CX-50 in a few weeks, cash. What do you think? Don't tell them you're paying cash. Negotiate it like you're financing it and then just stroke a check. But yeah, the CX-50 is good. Nissan Rogue, no. Best small SUV, pre-owned, Honda CRV. What luxury car do you like or recommend? I love my Land Rovers. As far as car, Audi A8L is my absolute favorite luxury car. And then right behind that would be Mercedes E-Class, and then after that would be a BMW 7 Series. That's car line. Favorite luxury period, I like the SUV. So Land Rover, Porsche, Jaguar. What about the Lincoln Corsair? I just go with a Ford. The Lincoln's just a little bit, Lincoln's a little bit too pricey for me. Best 3-row SUV under 55K. Ugh. I just did go Pilot. You can go Pilot EX. I just did one in Virginia that was in the 40s. So yeah, that's good. What about the Defender? Yeah, I like the Defender. Yeah, I was looking at that, the 110. Yeah. I think I'm gonna pull the trigger. I just don't know yet. Just can't. What year Honda CRV? Used. If you were asking about the used, go 2015, 2017. Favorite SUV? My favorite SUV is I love the Defender. I love the Defender. Best electric SUV, just go Tesla. If you're going electric, go Tesla. Just lease it. Love the Kia Sorento. Small to medium sized SUV going into retirement, please. I would go check out the Mazda line, honestly. Look at like the Mazda CX-30, look at the Mazda CX-5, and then compare it to Honda CR-V. And then those three options are going to give you your best bet. People are on lunch break now. There's 150 people. I know, everybody jumps on. Actually, it's been the last couple of days. I think I really am the podcast for people at work. Like, they just sit and listen while they're at work. So, thoughts on the Toyota Land Cruiser? Not a huge fan of Land Cruiser. Really not. If you're gonna go Toyota and SUV, it doesn't need to be like that. Just go 4Runner. That's what I'm doing. Yeah. Yes, listening while I work. Shots fired. Somebody said shots fired. Why? What happened? Hybrid or electric? Go hybrid. How early can you turn in a lease? Honestly, it's like a lot of programs will do early lease termination in like 6 months before your lease is up. But if you really want to get out of a lease, at work, guilty, trade it in at a different brand. Yeah. Thoughts on Nissan Armada? I mean, they're decent, but I still wouldn't spend the money on them, especially with what Nissan's going through right now. It's just not. Can you explain what you would do if I hired you? I need a Denali and live in Georgia. Ooh, they love me in Georgia. Just kidding. They don't like me in Georgia, but I still get good deals. And that's why they don't like me in Georgia. So when you hire me, you go to the link, you sign up, you get an email, I get all your information. I will kind of drill down, figure out exactly what you need. I will locate, negotiate. Once I get all the numbers together, then you go into the dealership, sign paperwork, you drive home. So yeah, it takes all of the, they don't like me in Georgia either. I just did an Equinox deal. Yeah, I mean, it's like that. Like, Some crazy shit. Yeah. Coming in with a credit union, use their financing. Yeah, as long as you have, just make sure they beat your credit union offer. Get your credit union offer and then say, I'll go with you if you can beat their rate. They will. Kia Sportage, love the Kia Sportage. Client came to me with a decent deal on a Cacti Green, saved an additional $1,000. Yeah. Yeah. I love doing those kind of deals. That sounds great. How do you calculate your fee? Mine's a flat fee. But if you tell them you're financing and switch to cash, won't they say that's finance? What are they going to say? To have them put it in writing that ask them where it says that this is only for financing, because it won't be on the paperwork. They'll tell you that, but just ask them. Say, where does it say that that's only a financing deal? The only time that actually applies is if they are applying a rebate. If you are negotiating the price of the car before any rebates, then they can't up the price back up. It's only if the financing is based on you got $1,000 rebate. So yeah. What else we got? How do you deal with the dealerships lowballing you for your trade? Can dealerships pay off vehicles? Yes, dealerships will pay off vehicles. What they'll do is they'll lowball you and then they'll roll the negative equity into your new loan. So you are essentially paying off what they don't want to. They're just putting it on your new loan. When I negotiate, I actually have access to NADA, so they aren't screwing with me. Like, I know what the deal's worth. I know what the car's worth. I know what rough trade, clean trade, average trade. I know all of those numbers. And then I can also look up how many are in the country that and what they're being sold for. Grand Cherokee, Acura MDX, absolutely, Acura MDX. Stay away from Jeep. Love Honda Tucson. Can it mess up my credit with my credit union and them running it both? No, I mean, it's not. Here's the thing. Let me answer this real quick, the pin one. Thoughts on an Acura TLX A-Spec? I don't like them. Acura, go MDX or RDX. But as far as your credit goes, if you are a 720 or higher, you are tier 1. So if, let's say you're an 800 credit score and your points drop 10 points because credit union ran it and then the dealership ran it, you're still tier 1 credit. Like, it's not going to matter. And then by the time you're looking for another car again, your score's already back up. So yeah, I wouldn't worry about that. If you're a 750 or higher, don't ever worry about them running your credit, because it's not going to hammer you. Now, if you're a 550 credit score, you really don't want them shotgunning you, because that can affect you very badly. What about Volvo EX40? Want to trade in my Tesla? I love Volvo, but I wouldn't necessarily do that. Only because, and the reason I say if you're going to go electric, go Tesla, because they have spent the longest amount of time. They are not, and they're strictly electric vehicles. Like, it's not like the other manufacturers who have gas-powered diesel and then, I think I'll dip my toes in the electric vehicle waters. Tesla, that's all they do. That's just like, Michael Jordan. All he did was play basketball, and then he ran over and tried to play baseball. Was he any fucking good at it? No. So he went back to play football or basketball. So it's that kind of thing. So, you can never be great at one thing if you're too busy looking at other shit. Be great at one thing, and Tesla has learned to be great at one thing. What is that? Do you ebook talk about leasing pros and cons? That's a good question. I've updated it and everything. The ebook is more a guide, like what to look out for when you're in the dealership. There is some information on leasing, and yeah, there's some. I'm more biased towards leasing, so probably not going to see a whole lot of cons in there. Love that comparison to Michael Jordan, but what's your thoughts on the Ford Mach-E? I'm just like I said, I would go Tesla. I mean, it's the same thing with Ford. Like, you know, Ford's really good at trucks. Like, focus on your trucks. I just don't know what they were thinking when they did the Mach-E. Like, why are you putting a Mustang emblem on it? Like, you just, you know, all those people who drive around Mustangs and they see the SUV go by and it's like, damn, that Mustang emblem isn't as, you know, cool as I thought it was. As a lessee, the biggest negative is the mileage restriction. Right. But if you have figured, like, I always know if I'm going on a trip or something, I'm just going to rent a car and then I'm going to treat it like shit while I'm renting it. And then I'm going to give it back and then I'm going to go back to my lease and I still stay under miles. But yeah, it is. We're not buying Tesla and that's a choice. But I'm just saying, as far as electric vehicles go, if you want the one that has been worked on the longest, that is Tesla. It's Tesla. Drive it like you stole it. Hell yeah, Dave. I absolutely do. You know, everybody always asks me, would you buy a rental car? I'm like, no, just like I wouldn't marry a prostitute. Rentals are never taken care of properly. They still have issues. They do. I mean, all cars have issues. They do. All of them do. Can you take the equity out of a lease before returning the lease? No. If you want to take advantage of the equity in a lease, you're going to have to sell it outright, or trade it in. Like, they're not going to cut you a check. Hi, I have a 2021 Hyundai Sonata Limited paid off. I'm looking to get a 25 Nissan. Don't do that. Don't buy anything Nissan right now. Stop, Max. He's being awfully clingy today. I don't know what his deal is. Might be that I was getting my hair all fabulous all morning, so I wasn't here. But yeah, anybody in the Indianapolis area, you want a good, like, you guys see, got that shit taken care of today. So, Olga, she's my Bulgarian hairstylist. She's awesome. Why no Nissans? They're having financial difficulties, and if they don't make it through this financial hurdle, there won't be Nissan in America anymore. Now, don't get me wrong, Nissan's not going to fail globally, but they might fail in the U.S., and then you're going to have problems with parts and things like that. So, be more expensive to fix. That's why I'm saying, thank you, soldier. But yeah, just wait and see what goes on first. If they make it through the financial problem, then you'll be fine. Do you have a preferred tire brand? I like Michelin. Great, I just bought a Nissan. It doesn't mean it's going to happen. I'm just saying that I would steer, just watch closely. And if it looks like they're, if you see Nissan dealerships start to lower their inventory to where it's almost bare bones, go trade in your Nissan real quick. I want an SUV with all the modern tech under $40K. Go buy a Kia Sportage. I'll give you everything, and it's under $40K. Lease it. Let me rephrase. Do not buy it, lease it. Negative equity on a 2018 Mercedes. 150,000 miles still owed. Do I have anything to work trade. Honestly, no. No, you're just gonna kind of have to take one on the chin on that one. Yeah, just get out of it. You might be better off going to like a Mercedes dealership and look at leasing a new one. They might be a little bit more forgiving and give you something a little bit better just to get you out of it. Should I buy a new car, older year, and a RAV4? Don't buy a new RAV4. I would, if you're gonna go RAV, I mean, they hold their value, so I would go like 2011 to 2015. But I will say this, I just don't like it because the road noise is just ridiculous. Ugh. I'm a travel nurse. I do highway miles. Yeah, and thank you for all you do. Honestly, I love travel nurses. You guys you guys come in clutch when we needed you. So that's unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, check out Mercedes. At least see if they'll buy it off of you. So a lot of times Mercedes will have a buyer at their store that will offer a little bit more for stuff like that. Yep, I test drove the RAV. It's too loud. Would never buy one. Yeah, Amy, the road noise is just ridiculous in the RAV. Like, ugh. You say RAV4, soldier. I know. I knew you were going to come in saying RAV4. 2018 Honda HRV LX 55K, good condition in Washington State. Should I sell private? I want a new car. Really just depends. Best case scenario, get an appraisal, like find out what dealership would offer you in trade plus your tax credit. And then if you can sell it outright for more than that, then sell it outright. Do private party. Thoughts on a BMW? My favorite is either a 7 Series or an X5. But lease them. I need a 6-seat, need a family car. What do you recommend? 6-seater, probably go a nice family car that's budget friendly, that's, everybody's gonna like. I would go Telluride. Lease a Telluride. They're fantastic. I've been doing a lot of Telluride deals, and I'm getting good deals on the Telluride. Thoughts on Toyota Grand Highlander? Just go Highlander. The Grand Highlander, there's not a whole lot more to it for the price that they're just, poning everybody on. Thoughts on 2024 or 25 Lincoln Nautilus? Probably go 24. I wouldn't necessarily go Lincoln. Just get a Ford. Cadillac or Lincoln, go Cadillac. Absolutely go Cadillac. Let's see, what else we got? Want a luxury crossover with third row seat, gas, 2 years old. I wouldn't necessarily go with, if you're going luxury, any Highline, you don't want to buy used. Especially 2 years old, you're almost out of manufacturer's warranty on all the tech and all the stuff that's in it that makes it luxury. And then you're the one that's going to have to be paying for it. So, yeah. Would you buy a Lexus GX 460? Nope. I just wouldn't. I would go Toyota. Lexus is great and all, but it's still, I wouldn't spend that kind of money on especially a used one. Didn't even finish the question. Yeah, I mean, soon as I see Lexus and used, I'm not a huge fan of it. Now, don't get me wrong. I have clients that want a Lexus, and I am looking for them. It's my personal opinion. Like, if someone is dead set on this is what I want, I am going to find them the best deal regardless. Just means that I wouldn't do it. That's when people ask me questions on here, that's my stock answer on things like that. It's a Hyundai Elantra in a risky purchase. Heard mixed reviews on reliability. You know, the Elantra, you're right, there is mixed reviews. Depends on what production line it came out of. It really has a lot to do with that. And that's with any brand. And that's a fact across the board. That's Toyota, Honda, Hyundai, Kia, Nissan, any of those. It is not necessarily the car, it is the production line it comes out of. And if you've got some dude who doesn't like his job and doesn't give a flying fuck whether or not it comes out right, as long as he collects a paycheck, you don't want a car from that production line. That's why I'm looking forward to production coming back to the US, because I want good old Grandpa Earl building my cars again. Because he's going to take care of it. Because he's going to look at it as, hey, a family member of mine might be buying this car. I have to make sure it's the best that I put together, because it could be my niece, my grandchild, my kid buying this car. I want to make sure it's good. Do you think anybody in Mexico gives a shit who buys the car and whether or not it's going to not fall apart on them? Because none of their family members are buying it. So they don't care. How can you tell the production line? Through the VIN. Through the VIN. You just have to look it up. There is actually a way to look up and see what production line it came out of. But the easiest way to look, take the VIN of the car that you're looking at and plug it into the recall, VIN check recall, and see if it's got a current recall. And then you'll know what production line it came out of. It'll tell you. Negotiating in 2025 Kona tips. Yeah, don't pay any of the add-ons. Lease it if you do less than 12,000 miles a year, and then start at invoice. Tell them you want to see the invoice, start at invoice, and then negotiate from there until you're happy. What else we got? I have a 2016 Audi A8L. Woo, yeah. Oh, the new models? Hey, woo, look who's here. Yeah, I absolutely love the A8L. Only because, thanks, woo, look at you bringing in my roses. That's my favorite Audi, is the A8L. It's a lot like the Jaguar XJR when it comes to the seating and then the massaging seat. And when it's wintertime and you're tired and you get that massaging seat, heated massaging seat, oh, it's fantastic. Fantastic. Let's see. Thoughts on the Honda CR-V EXL 20 or 21? Go with the 20. Go with the 2020. What are your tips when buying a used car in cash? Don't tell them you're paying cash. Don't tell them. Just negotiate it like you're financing it. Infiniti QX60, not a huge fan. It's just not my favorite. Best hybrids. Honestly, when it comes to hybrids, that's another one where, you know, there are certain people who have been doing it a lot longer and they've perfected the art of it. Just like Tesla's perfected the EV, I think Toyota perfected the hybrid. Prius. Yeah. I give credit where credit is due. Mazda CX-9 2020. Mazda's good. Yeah, you can do Mazda. Absolutely. Best SUVs, it depends on what you're looking for. Honda CR-V is going to go for longevity. Kia Sportage is going to give you all the bells and whistles at a budget. So it really depends on what you're trying to accomplish. Luxury SUV under 40. There's not. There's just not. Luxury SUVs, there's not one under 40 grand. Why not? I'm curious. Why not a CX-9? Thoughts. Let's see. Okay, I'm going super sideways. Oh, yes. My face wash came in. I ran out and I had to order it real quick. So, yeah. I have a 2022 Pilot, $400 a month, and my lease is up. 2025 Pilot lease is over $600. Yeah. Yeah, that happened. 2022 was a good time to buy. Leasing wise, they were giving out great deals. My lease on my Land Rover was $499 a month. You think I'm getting that now? It's like $900 a month. I'm like, nah, I ain't doing it. That's why I'm still holding. Love the hair, looks great. Thanks. Yeah, my girl Olga, she hooked me up. I was so happy when she spun me around. I'm like, yay! You can't even hardly see the gray now. It just looks blonde, so I'll take it all day long. As far as the pilots go, I just don't. I think they're overpriced. How was your birthday? Woo! My birthday is Monday, next Monday. I'm actually doing something on Saturday with my sister. I'm getting we're doing pedicures and probably Cheesecake Factory. I want a piece of cheesecake. And wine to go with it. But yeah. But thanks for asking. Thanks for remembering. Yes, my birthday is Monday, 24th. March birthday too. Mine's the 30th. Yeah, my uncle's is the 28th, so we're all right in there. Aries. Go Aries. I thought you had a hair appointment on your birthday. My bad. That sounds awesome. Yeah. I had no, I wanted to get my hair done before I do something with my sister this weekend. Also going to Cheesecake Factory. Yeah, I mean, when my sister was like, let's go do something, let's get a pedicure, and where do you want to eat? I was like, I want to go to the Cheesecake Factory and get a piece of cheesecake and some wine. Thoughts on Genesis GV80 2021? Again, the Genesis, I would go new and lease because there's so much tech in those, it scares the shit out of me. Like, as soon as they break, yeah. I'm sorry for being rude. You look great. No, Andy, baby. You can, if you're going to tell me I look great, by all means, butt in and say it. I love it. It's not being rude. Hey, Sebastian's back. Pros of leasing versus buying just seems like a scam to keep paying without owning. I mean, yeah, that's fine, but here's the thing: when people say, when it comes to leasing, you're never going to own the car. Hang on a second. Sorry, that puzzle thing popped up. You're never going to own the car or anything else. Like, who gives a shit? Do you know? Name me one millionaire who counts his cars in his list of assets if it's a Nissan Altima. Like, no. The only cars he's counting is his list of assets are his Bugatti and all kinds of crazy shit that none of us regular folk can afford. So it's not a wealth builder. So who gives a shit if you own it? What SUV is best for towing? It's not really a good SUV that's best for towing. I mean, if you're going to tow, look at Suburban or Expedition's not bad. But yeah, I would probably go Suburban or Yukon XL. Cars are definitely not investments in that way. Yeah, I mean, it's just not. Payments or debt against your income a month? Yeah, sure are. Just make more money. That's what I do. There's so much money out there to be had. That's what I always tell everybody. Like, I'm going to spend whatever I want because I always know there's more money for me to make. Always. Thoughts on the 2019 Atlas? I would probably stay away from that. You're right at like all the manufacturer's warranties have expired, and if there's any issues on them, it's going to cost you. Honda CR-V hybrid or Mazda CX-50? Ooh, I'd probably go CR-V hybrid, Mark. Yeah, but the CX-50 hybrid would be a close second. Well, but for longevity, CR-V. Thoughts on either a 2018 Lexus RX 350 versus the 2020? I probably wouldn't do either. Lexus is just an overpriced Toyota, and you'd be better off just going to get a Toyota. That, my opinion. Looking at certified used Tacoma. Any recommendations? I'm looking to stay under. Why is this little thing not let me see all the damn there? Looking to stay under $400 a month on a certified Tacoma? You're probably not going to, unless you're putting a lot of money down, and then I wouldn't recommend that, especially on a Tacoma. $400 a month will get you, and I'm not trying to be funny about this. $400 a month is going to get you like a Corolla in this market. It's not going to get you to, especially a certified Tacoma. So, your best bet is used. Go 2,000 under and start negotiating from there. But know that you're not under 400 a month is unrealistic, unless you're putting quite a bit down. Does it make more sense to lease or finance? Usually drive to 12 to 10. Lease. If you're less than 12,000 miles a year, lease. You're never out of manufacturer's warranty. You always have a new car, and you don't have to worry about maintaining a depreciating asset. Can I use the fact that I am interested on a manufacturer extended warranty and service plan? Yeah. But also, negotiate those as well. Unless you're in Florida, you can't negotiate those in Florida. But everywhere else, you can negotiate the price. So, yeah. And at least in Florida, if you don't like the price, you can always say, okay, we'll make do the deductible a little bit higher, or give me less term, give me 5 years instead of 6 years. Give me 100,000 miles instead of 150,000 miles, that kind of thing. What is that? What's a good amount to put down on a lease? I only do first payment. The most I've ever done is I'll do first payment and the sales tax. Camaro SS, yeah or nay? Nay. Can you trade in on lease? Yep. Honda Accord, good. What if you don't have a lot to down on a lease? To put down, you don't need a lot. You only need first payment. You're only required to put first payment down on a lease. Here's the thing that they get you on. When it says like $359 a month, $7,000 due at signing, that is only to get you to that payment. You are not required to put that due at signing down. The only thing you're required to put down on a lease is the first payment. Yeah, the money down just lowers the payment. Doesn't do anything else. Thoughts on Subaru Ascent? If you go Subaru, yeah, Ascent's not bad, but I would still, Outback's probably my favorite out of the Subaru line. I just can't drink this Subaru Kool-Aid. It's terrible. Thoughts on Hyundai Palisade? Yep, I like the Palisade. I'm getting better deals on the Telluride, though. Yes, you can buy the car at the end. I drive 20 and 25 a year, lease, then buy, or just buy. I would still... I would still lease, especially if it's a new brand. Lease it, go 15,000 miles a year on the lease. Lease it knowing that you're probably going to go over miles, and then like right before your mileage expiration, which is about a year and a half, before the lease is up, go in and buy it out or trade it in. If you like it. If you don't like it, then trade it. If you like it and you're like, okay, yeah, this is the one I want to keep, then just buy it out and then you're fine. Lexus GS 350 F Sport. No. Again, just go with Toyota. What was that? What do you think about as is, no warranty? Don't ever sign a piece of paper that says as is, because that is basically them telling you there's a bunch of shit wrong with this car. We decided not to fix it, and it's your problem when you drive off the lot, so we need you to sign this paper. That's what as is means. Don't do it. If you have a trade-in, how would that affect leasing a car? It's just going to go towards the first part of it. So basically, when you're leasing, the residual value is already preset. It says in 3 years, this car is still going to be worth this amount. So the first 3 years, you're just paying off the balance, the depreciation of the car. So if you trade in a car, they're just going to put it on that front portion that you're paying off. Is a lease to buy a good strategy? It can be. Depends on the scenario. Because the best part about that when you're leasing is that they are guessing in 3 years what the market is going to be. And as we have all come to find out that you cannot guess the market. Nobody has a crystal ball. So you get this car and it says, okay, in 3 years, this car is going to be worth $20,000. Well, 3 years rolls around and the market tanks and you're like, oh, this car is only worth $12,000. And if you bought it, you're screwed. You got $8,000 in negative equity. But if you lease, you're like, oh shit, well, then here's the keys. See you later. You have no responsibility for that depreciation. You can just walk away from it. You think I can ask for $2,000 off a car that's been on the lot for a week, used BMW? Yes. You can ask. You can always ask. But yeah, even if it's been on a lot a week, it's a used BMW. I never recommend getting a used. I'm not going to spend that kind of money because once it's out of manufacturer's warranty, you're hit. They start messing up, and it's never a good thing. So yeah, absolutely ask for $2,000 off. What about for moms with kids? I'm worried about leasing with young kids. Thoughts? I had young kids. My kids, they're 26 and 24 now. They were not always that age. And when they were little, I still leased. The biggest thing about it is they're looking at, you get hit when you have excess wear and tear, not normal wear and tear. So kids, it's a cost associated with it. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. What they're looking at is, do your kids carry around knives, and are they poking holes in the back seat, ripping out the interior? Did they, melt all of their crayons to the carpet in the back? Did they key your car with the "I love mom" on the side of it? Like that's what they're looking at. They're not looking at, oh, there's a little spot on the seat. I like her. Thanks. Would you recommend an EV and what type? The only thing I would recommend would be a Tesla. I know people have their points about it, but look, Tesla only does electric. So Tesla knows what they're doing. A little dirt isn't a problem. Nope. Can you lease with no credit or bad credit? No. Leasing is going to require, now there are some times that a manufacturer will have a program for first-time buyers for leasing, if you're like a recent college graduate. But for the most part, you need to have To get a decent lease where it makes sense to lease, 680 or higher on your credit score. 24 Ford Edge, 3K miles, good. 27 to buy. Go in at like 24.5 and then negotiate from there. XT4 for long-term use? No. Not for long-term. What do you drive? Right now, I bought out my daughter's Kia Seltos. So I'm driving a Seltos. My Land Rover lease was up, and guess what? There wasn't any equity in it. So I wasn't gonna get hit on something like that. So I just turned it in, and then my daughter's lease was up at the same time, and I just bought hers. I want a Defender, but I ain't paying those prices right now. How much can you offer from the MSRP on a new Accord hybrid? On the hybrid Accord, go in at like $1,500 under MSRP and then negotiate from there. You'll get something off of it. It just depends on where you are in the country, how much. But be aggressive up front and then just let them know, hey, I'm buying today. So what kind of deal are we going to work? New or used Acura? New, lease it. Don't buy a used Acura. Excellent credit, cash available, but currently low annual income. Is leasing still an option? Yeah, you're fine if you have good credit. Just make sure that, especially if you've got some money, you might even look at a one-pay lease. Then you pay it all up front. 2025 Kia Sportage EX all-wheel drive plus premium, 34.5 out the door. Dealership won't budge. Good deal. Not if they won't budge. No, they got to be willing to do something. I would want to look at that. I would want to look at the paper. Like, what are they adding into it? No, Dave. Kias are good if you're leasing them. Is smoking considered a normal wear on a lease, or if you're a smoker, you should buy? Yeah, don't smoke in a lease. That is excess wear. Yeah, you can drive down the damn road without smoking in a car. I gotta tell my sister this all the time. Like, get out of the damn car. Like, you can't just not do that for 15 minutes. Like, we're just going down the street. Okay, makes sense. LO, driving is such a trigger. I know. I used to smoke. I remember what it was like. You had to. As soon as you got in the car and drove off, like, you had to roll down, crack the window, and smoke. Mustang Mach-E? Nah. Just get a little vape pen or something. At least you'll get some nicotine in you. Just do one of those cheap little vape pens and then just have it in the car. Because that doesn't leave a smell. And the biggest thing is the smell. Can you recommend a used car brand for long-term use? Honda. I have negative equity on my car. Is leasing a good idea? Absolutely. It's going to hurt for those 3 years because they're going to roll that negative equity into the lease and you're going to pay that up front. But after the 3 years is up, boom, no more negative equity. I switched to mainly vaping, not me at my desk vaping away. Audi Q5, I'm in love. Any suggestions on extended warranty? Yeah, just make sure that it's a comprehensive exclusionary coverage. You don't want to get a powertrain. Powertrains aren't worth the paper they're printed on. Comprehensive is going to cover powertrain, but it's also going to cover all the tech. So make sure that whatever it is, it's comprehensive exclusionary coverage. Either go through the manufacturer or go, my second pick is JM&A, and I used to work for them, so I know they pay out 96% of their claims. You also want to make sure they have high payouts. In California and drive 89 miles a day round trip, is leasing bad? What is that? That's roughly 2,000. Yeah, that's too much. That's too much. You might be good on something where, if... Yeah, that's close. That's close. Yeah. No, I would still go certified pre-owned and buy. Honestly, leasing would be something that I would look at if you wanted like a little like fun car on the weekends. If you had fuck you money like that, then do that, but not a daily driver. Why am I seeing the Nissan Sentra slightly cheaper sticker price than the Versa or the same price? They're trying to get rid of them. Would you lease a demo? If the deal was right, I would. Because you're still going to get, you're still going to be close. I would say even if it was a demo and had 3,000 miles on it, do a 33-month lease instead of a 36. At least you're still under manufacturer's warranty. I know someone who just bought a 25 Range Rover in cash as a weekend car. Yeah. That's called fuck you money. I am not at that point yet. But it's on the horizon. It is on the horizon. I can see it. I can smell it. She's daily a G63. Jesus, okay. Mitsubishi Outlander. Yeah. I always joke Mitsubishi's that supporting character in a TV show that you forget is on the show. That's how Mitsubishi is in the manufacturing world. But yeah, the Outlander's good. I have no credit because I don't have any debt. What should I do to buy a used car? Do you have a mortgage? Doesn't Mitsubishi ride on Nissan platforms? No. Mitsubishi isn't a main character. It's not. No, I don't have a mortgage. You're going to have to come with something. Long-term job stability and probably, I'd say, $1,000 to $2,000 down. It'll get you something. Check your local credit union. Sometimes they have programs for zero credit score buyers. I thought I saw something that Outlander Pathfinder. Are you talking about on the same chassis? No, I don't think so. I'll have to look. See? Let's look. Because I'm all right. I never have a single bit of problem saying that I'm wrong about something. Outlander Pathfinder. Same. Nope. The Outlander and Pathfinder do not share the same chassis. The Outlander... Okay, it's the Rogue. It shares its platform with the Rogue. Okay. They have the same they have similar underbody suspension pickup points and cut lines for the body panel, but they are not the same. They have similar, is what it says. Outlander and Nissan have similar underbody suspension pickup points and cut lines for the body panels. Okay, so Rogue and Outlander. Yep. Costco Sam's auto buying program. It's only good if they're actually giving a Costco rebate. Basically, the Costco Sam's Club program is you agree to the price of the car and then you have no negotiating power. Sound like a good deal for the manufacturer, for the dealership and Costco, because they get a kickback. We are upside down on our 23 Jeep. It's 2 years old and the interest rate is so high. Yeah, that would be, look at something, false. What's false? You guys can't do that on here. You have to, if you're going to call me out on something, you have to back it up with some information. You can't just say false. Bring it. So with trading out of your Jeep, look at something that has a big rebate on it. Dodge Durango has some decent rebates. You better stop it, Sebastian. Find something that has some rebates that'll eat up the negative equity, and then go and get into a lease. And then lease it for 3 years so you can roll out of the negative equity, and then you can go find something. 25 Tahoe, Armada or used Sequoia, Capstone 28. Ooh. Okay, yeah, I'd go Capstone, Sequoia Capstone. Don't do Armada. Yeah. What do we got? Can you negotiate a lease, or is the lease just a set price? Oh no, you can absolutely negotiate a lease. I do it all day, every day. So yeah, and again, anytime for anybody who is looking, if you need my help negotiating your car deal, I do new, used, lease. I also negotiate your trade as well. So you can go to the link in my bio and you can sign up there for my negotiating service, as well as a one-on-one consultations if you just need that. That's all in the link in my bio. Again, my prices are going up April 1st. So if you want to take advantage of the current pricing, you can sign up now. Even if you don't need me until April, I will honor that pricing. Dealership called today, asked if we wanted to trade in our Santa Fe we just bought 3 months ago. Oh yeah, they do that shit all the time. No, it's not weird. No, it's not. They're desperate to sell some cars, and they are trying to, what they're going to do is say, hey, are you looking to trade it in? No, I just bought it. Okay, great. Do you know anybody? They're trying to get referrals from you. They're hoping that you say, you know what? No, I don't want to trade that in, but my wife or my husband is actually looking at a car. It's a game. Carrie, thank you. Appreciate it. When they do that, is that legit, or they will actually overpay? No, hell no, they're not. They are never going to overpay for your trade, ever. It is a tactic to get you in the door. Just like when the salespeople, you're sitting in the service drive, and the salespeople start walking up, and they're like, "Oh my God, what do you drive? Oh wow, I have a customer who wants that car. Have you thought about trading it in? I can get you the same payment." And then the next thing you know, they come, they're signing paper, you're signing paperwork, and you're $150 a month higher. My daughter is 20 and wants to buy her first vehicle. Who is the best lender for first-time buyer? Is she a recent college grad? If she is a recent college grad, go to the local credit union. They have programs for first-time buyers that are recent college graduates. And I will say this, Toyota Financial has a good program for first-time buyers that are recent college grads. They'll give her a decent rate. She didn't finish college. Her credit score is 680 and only has student loans. You're probably going to have to co-sign for her then. Yeah, first-time buyers, it's one of those situations. Or she's going to get a really high interest rate, and it's just going to hit her hard. Most miles you can sign on a lease. You can go up to 20,000 miles a year. It's not advantageous for you. The residual ends up going down so low that it's not even worth it to lease at that point. Is there a truck month? Absolutely. I know you said Tesla bested EVs, but what about the Chevy EVs? No. Chevy makes good trucks, like a rock. They don't make good EVs. Again, like I said earlier, Michael Jordan, great basketball player. He's shit at baseball. Like, do what you know. I will be messaging you. Awesome, Seth. Yeah, let me know. Let me know. I have a Lexus RC 300 Sport with high payments now in A debt program. Would you trade in with bad credit? I mean, if you're struggling with the payments and it could cause you to file bankruptcy or become a repossession, absolutely trade it in. Built Ford tough, not anymore. Right? Yeah, I mean, look, but the plain and simple fact is that Tesla only makes electric vehicles. So guess what they do really, really, really well? Electric vehicles. The problem with other manufacturers is they're like, oh, we make really good trucks and we make great SUVs and we make this. Let's see what we can do with EVs. Like they don't wholly focus on those. They got hybrids, they got diesels, they got gas, they got electric. Now they got, I'm waiting for you to pop the hood and there's a grandma in there in a rocking chair, and the faster she knits, the faster the torque. Like, I mean, I don't know what they're going to come up with next, but they're jackasses if they think they can keep up with somebody who only does electric. Lease a Seltos or a Mazda CX-30. Honestly, I would go Seltos. It's a little bit bigger and the lease option is better on a Seltos. Yeah, I'd go Seltos. Thank you. What do you like about them? Oh, you asked Michael about something. Michael, take it away. What is that, Redbird? Crazy people are buying Teslas? I don't know. Probably shouldn't call them crazy. But you never know. Like, I choose not to judge. I think everybody is entitled to whatever they want. Would you buy a Tahoe or a Sequoia? I would buy a Tahoe. I like the Sequoias, but I ain't paying that much for a Sequoia. I think it's clunky. Like, I don't know, it just drives clunky. A Tahoe is a smoother ride. My only fears with EV are long distance road trips. Yeah, I mean, and like, yeah, great. I just don't, and it depends on where you're at. I'm in Indiana. EVs don't do great in cold weather climates. Like, sit your battery out on the front lawn, and then when it gets really, really cold, and then let me know how well it works. It's the same thing with an electric vehicle. Everything is electric in it. Just like with your regular car. When it gets really fucking cold, batteries tend to freeze up. Like, I remember we were in North Dakota one time visiting somebody. It got so damn cold, the car wouldn't start for 2 damn days. Because it was so damn cold. So imagine an electric vehicle. It don't work out too well. Mustang or Mustang Mach-E, go. It's not even, what? No Mustang Mach-E, just Mustang. Highlander hybrid, RAV4, Sakura hybrid. Highlander. Volkswagen Tiguan, not a huge fan. Atlas is about the only Volkswagen I would recommend. How is the Hyundai Ioniq 5 rated? I don't know. I do not know. Let's look. Ioniq 5 rating. Let's see what their ratings are. It got Editor's Choice, EV of the Year award list. Let's see. There it is. Ranking. Come on, show me the rankings. It is number 2 in best electric compact SUVs. Right behind right behind the Hyundai Ioniq 5N, which is number 1. Number 3 is the Kia EV6. Number 4 is the Mach-E. Number 5 is the Volkswagen ID4. Number 6 is the Chevy Equinox EV. These are absolutely people who have been in the manufacturing sector and don't like the way Teslas are sold. Oh, sweet. I like that. Microphone. Ooh, thanks. How is the Santa Fe Hybrid rated? Santa Fe Hybrid is, I believe they're not up there very high. Let's look at hybrids. Let's see. Ranking. All right. Let's see. It ranks. Whoop. So it looks like it ranks number 5 in hybrid SUVs out of all the lines. Number 21 in SUVs with third rows, and 46 in crossover SUVs. So it is tied for 5th in best hybrids. So number 1 is the Hyundai Tucson. Number 2 is the Kia Sportage Hybrid. Number 3 is tied the Kia Niro and the Honda CR-V Hybrid. And the Hyundai Santa Fe Hybrid is tied with the Toyota RAV4. What does that tell you? Is it? Are you hearing a bunch of interference? Am I good? Are you saying to lease first? I want a Cadillac. Yeah, lease first. Lease first. F-150 leases. They have some good leases on the F-150 right now. Yukon AT4. Yeah. I'd probably still go Denali, honestly. The AT4 is not bad, though. I hear bad things about Kia and Hyundai going past 100,000 miles. It's actually Niro, Niro. So yeah, they're not. Yeah, you ain't driving through the matrix in that one. Yeah, everybody says that. Here's what I will say. How do you feel about manufacturers shoving third rows in every SUV? I think it's bullshit. Like, if it ain't gonna fit, don't fit. Don't put some little booster seat in the back and, tell me it's a third row. Like, if my 4'11" mom can't fit in that seat comfortably, it ain't a fucking third row. Third row needs to fit 3 people. If it can't fit 3 people, it's not a third row. So stop trying. I was going to say we're naming it after a Roman emperor. Yeah. Thoughts on the Chevy Silverado 2500? Good. Dodge Durango 2025. Yes, I would lease it though. They got some really good programs on them, but I would definitely lease it. And if you do buy it, I wouldn't keep it past 80,000 miles. I'm 5'11" and barely fit in most regular third rows. Yeah, I mean, they're not good. They're not. It's bullshit. But I'm going to say this about when people talk about Kia and Hyundai. All cars break down. Cars are designed to fail. If they lasted a long time, people would not buy cars every 3 years, and then manufacturers would shut down. So they make them work long enough for you to get used to it, and then something happens. Same thing with cell phones, so, and when I see so many texts getting on my comment section, in my videos and saying, you don't have any common sense if you recommend a Kia. A lot of times I say this when it comes to Kia. Lease it. It's budget friendly. It has everything you need. I have a Kia. What do you own? I have a Kia. I leased a Land Rover and my lease was up and I wasn't paying Land Rover prices in October. Like the money factor was ridiculous for a Land Rover. So I bought out my daughter's Kia Seltos lease. Yeah. But I have absolutely no problems with it. Like I've had multiple Kias, never had any problems with them. When techs tell you don't buy that car, you know why? Techs are paid on the amount of time it takes to fix it. So if it's a relatively easy vehicle to fix and it only takes 45 minutes to change something out, they're not going to want to work on those cars. So they're going to tell you, stay away from those cars. Those cars suck. Getting advice from a Kia owner? Britt, no, you're getting advice from someone who's been in the car business for 30 years and has figured the fuck out that all cars are the same. Toyota has a huge recall right now on Tundras for their engines blowing up. They're replacing the engines. Does that mean Toyota sucks? No, it doesn't. It means a production line screwed up and they have to replace it. So what about Ford Escape or Expedition used? I wouldn't necessarily go Expedition used. Probably not even Escape. Depends on the mileage on it. Yes, Kathy does snap back. I will clap. Yeah, I don't like that. Like, you know, the fact of the matter is, Volkswagen Arteron, Atlas is the only Volkswagen I would recommend for anybody. I don't even know the Arteron, Arteon. There's Taos. There's so many damn Volkswagens now. It's ridiculous. Where are we at? Oh, they're all-wheel drive car? Yeah, I wouldn't buy a Volkswagen car. Like Atlas would be the only one. Is there a certain time of month or year for lease specials? No. Leasing specials start at the beginning of the month, just like rebates. It's usually about the 3rd or 4th when the new lease programs and the new rebates come out. And they last through the month till the 3rd or 4th of the following month. The best time is go in, if you're leasing, go to like towards the end of the month because they need to hit their numbers on new cars and they'd be more apt to give you deals on the car. When you're negotiating a lease, negotiate it like you're paying cash for it. You're buying it outright. Get the cheapest price and then the numbers will work themselves out. Yeah, Kia Sorento or Mitsubishi Outlander, go Sorento. My Jeep Cherokee L is up for lease return and I'm debating if I should keep it or get a Dodge. Advice depends. If your Cherokee is negative equity, if your buyout is more than what your Jeep is worth, just turn it in and go get something else. 10K down, 700 credit. Possibly can I get approved for a Camaro? Depends on your monthly income. You got to figure out what your debt to income is and what your payment to income. So banks like to take your gross monthly income and multiply that by 0.15. That's 15%. That's what an affordable monthly payment a bank will go at. Why did Chevy refuse to fix the oil consumption, bad piston rings, and PVC valve on Equinox 4s? Because as far as Chevy is concerned, the Equinox is a throwaway unit for them. They don't give a shit. They don't. It's not anything that they're concerned with. They have a fix for it. They are not in a rush to get it done because they're going to hope you get frustrated and then you trade it in for a newer one. That's not so bad. That's all they're doing. Manufacturers like to do that shit a lot. I have a third row, but never use it for passengers. It's great for more trunk space. That's the truth. Looking to lease a Mazda CX-70. That's good. Yeah. That's GM's attitude on most of their vehicles. So that's the truth. And it's sad to hear, and it's bullshit that that's how they treat their customers. But, I mean, it happens. Make sure you hit that like button. We got about 10 more minutes. Show me some love. If you need my help negotiating your car deal, go to the link in my bio. You can sign up there. If you have questions that need specific answers to them, check out my one-on-one consultations. Would you say lease or buy? Lease. Absolutely. Lease. If you're going new, especially if it's a newer brand that you're not familiar with, you might find out in a year that you hate that damn thing and you're in a depreciation for the next 4 years. Just go lease it, because at the end of the 3 years, if you decide you don't like it, just turn it in and walk away. Thanks, Woo. Looking to lease Jeep Wrangler Sahara. As long as you're just lease it, don't buy that damn thing. Yeah. Any deals on Honda CRV? Yeah, I'm actually getting some good deals. I just did a CRV. Most of them I'm getting like $1,500 off, all the add-ons taken off, and then the lease payments like $448 with first payment and tax. Yeah, they're actually good. That's on an EXL. So, sorry, making a snack. Question, Lucille, what's up? If you lease and buy at the end, do you end up, what is that? Do you end up paying more in the long run? No, as long as if you were planning on buying it and you were only going to do a 72-month term, then make sure that when you decide to buy it out, you only finance it for 36 months or 48 months. Sorry. No, 36 months. I can't even friggin' add today. So it'd be a total of 72-month term. So 36 months on the lease and 36 months on the finance buyout. If you're going to buy out a lease, don't buy it out for another 7 years. Yeah, in the long run, it's, cost of ownership's bad. But if you were going to, let's say you were going to do a 60-month loan and you decided to lease instead, just make sure that you only finance for 24 months. Then you're not losing anything. Can an e-vehicle actually save me money? Probably not. How much are you seeing off MSRP on Tellurides? I did an EX, X-Line down in Florida and got $900 under invoice. I did an SX Prestige in Texas and got $1,500. I also did one up in Wisconsin and got $1,500. So yeah, I'm getting anywhere from $1,000 to under invoice off of the Tellurides. What would you say are the top 3 midsize SUVs in the market today as far as most reliable? So most reliable, top 3 is going to be Toyota 4Runner, Honda CRV, and the Mazda CX-50. I know that's crazy, but yeah, look at it. Like, those are the ones that everybody's talking about are the absolutely most reliable. I say Kia because it's budget friendly. But all of those, I would still say lease them first and make sure that it is exactly the car you want. I have older kids, no more car seats. With what third row SUV would you recommend? With kids, it means you need budget friendly. You want something that's going to be reliable too. But third row, I would go Kia Telluride if you need like a lower car payment. Like lease it, lower car payment, or I would go Honda Pilot. It's crazy how slept on Mazdas are. Yeah, nobody even looks at them anymore. Kia Forte or Volkswagen Jetta Forte. My son has Forte, absolutely loves it. Best midsize RAV4. I would not say RAV4 is one of the best SUVs. because the road noise in a RAV4 is ridiculous. Like, I would not spend that much money so that I could hear a bug fart when it jumps on the windshield. That's how bad the road noise is in a RAV4. I'm looking at a new Sonata or an Audi A7. Should I lease the Sonata or buy the Audi? Lease the Sonata. You don't want to buy a used Audi. 4Runner 2025, absolutely. What can I get off a 2025 Subaru Crosstrek? Subaru's a little funky. It depends on where you are. You in upstate New York, they breed Subaru drivers, so they don't give any kind of discounts. But if you're down in Alabama, you're going to get a discount on a Subaru. Like, it just depends on where you are. Subaru Legacy, Camry, or Hyundai. Need full-size sedan. Go Honda Accord. New Camry Accord. Toyota 4Runner. Yes, Sonny. Nissans. No, not right now. Let's see if they make it out of the hell they have dug themselves into. Mazda SUV suggestion. Go CX-50, or if you need bigger, CX-90. But CX-50 is a really good one. Let's see. 3 kids, all in car seats and need space for a stroller. Looking for a budget-friendly SUV. Use suggest Mazda CX-90. Budget-friendly, used, and their cargo space is amazing. What do you think about Hyundai Kona? Like it, lease it. Toyota Grand Highlander Hybrid, overpriced. Bleh. Honda Ridgeline. No. I think that one they just need to put to bed. Most affordable Kia SUV, the Seltos. You can get a brand new Seltos S, all-wheel drive, heated seats, 7.5-inch touchscreen, 20. I got one for 24/7. Like, it's below invoice. Like, payment's going to be $300 and something. Like, you get a brand new SUV for under 25 grand. Let's see. MDX Platinum Elite 2025. Sure, lease it. MDX or RDX, I would recommend, but I would lease it. Especially with the Platinum Elite with all the bells and whistles in it. Yeah. I know, I do. I need to do a FAQ. I'm gonna have to put one together on that. But again, it's about that time. I got 2 minutes, so just some quick housekeeping. If you need my help negotiating your car deal, make sure you go to the link in my bio. You can sign up there. Prices are going up April 1st, so if you want to take advantage of my current pricing, which is $6.99 flat fee for me to locate, negotiate, and finalize your deal for you, that does include trade, new, used, or leased. Just sign up. Even if you don't need me until April, I will honor the pricing. So just sign up there. Check out my one-on-one consultations, as well as if you are looking to refinance your auto loan and want to see if you can get a lower rate, there is a link in my bio. You can check that out as well. Actually, I think that's it. Check out my TikTok shop. Got plenty of stuff for cars. I recommend all of it, and I just have car stuff in there. So I don't mess around. Like, if you need a bra, it's not on my TikTok shop. You know, if you need a back scratcher, it ain't there. If you need something to wax your car, I'm your girl. Go check out my shop. But yeah, love you guys. Again, I'm here every day, Monday through Saturday, 2 to 4. I do a Friday night live at 8 o'clock. I am in talks to do a podcast, so we shall see how that goes. Thank you so much, Ness the Laser Girl. But yeah, I am looking at doing that, and we'll see how that goes. But until then, you get me from 2 to 4 every day, and just listen at work. You know, you might not get as much done at work, but you will feel better when the day is over because you will have had some fun here. So, love you guys. I will see you again tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Have a good one.